If I think of homeless, yeah, it's the old guys at Chinatown, in the parks, collecting cardboards, all those stereotypical images I have. But homeless teenagers, this is Singapore, man. Right? But as God began to open the eyes, I said, wow, it is more prevalent than I imagined it to be.
What was really surprising was how I felt a lot of peace, and I felt God was saying, I want this to be all about me. And it wasn't anything that we could kind of find for ourselves and contribute to what He was going to do here, and that He would want to be personally involved in keeping this home and the care of the young people He was bringing in. He wanted to be personally involved in that.
And so we start to learn it is not about a very Singapore way of thinking, let me plan for it, then I can do it. But to look at it like, what do I have? And like what Jesus would say, right? We're feeding the 5,000. What do you have in your hands? And what we had was whatever we had. And God, as we offer it to you, make it available, make it common. God, you multiply that if you choose to.
So that was one time a few years ago, and we were housing a mother and her 2 daughters with us, and we also had a helper at that time because of another girl that we housed who needed a little bit more supervision, and so we just needed an extra pair of hands. So the day before we started our sabbatical, our helper came up to me and she said, Mom, no more meat. And then I said, oh, no more meat. And I was thinking, okay, well, chicken can be quite expensive. I mean, Ken and I, we can eat vegetables and rice and eggs and be fine, but we thought, young people should have, some meat. And so that morning, I looked at Ken, I said, you know what? We're going to go fishing. We're going to fish for food. So we got ready the fishing rods, and then we headed out to Bedok Jetty. And then on the way there, I said, okay, God, it'd be nice to just have enough fish for the week. And that morning, we just kept reeling up like fish after fish. And I felt like God was saying, you wanted fish, right? So here, eat. Eat as much as you want. I think we caught about 200 over fish that morning.
We've heard so much about feeding the hungry. We've seen banners, we do that, about clothing the naked. But we rarely hear about, in the same breath, that we also ought to bring the homeless into our homes. And we wonder, is it because we've segregated our own personal homes and life with Christianity? This is my own space. Ministry is outside. I care for the poor outside. I feed the hungry outside. I clothe them outside. But my house is my own. And we find ourselves challenges like, can my home also be His home, God's home? And as we welcome Him to come, will we also happily welcome the guests that He brings with Him?
Like, what if I was that person? If I was that person, a young person with no family, or because my family's in crisis, yet I have no one to turn to. I think about that a lot.
I think it is a misunderstanding that we call ourselves the last resort, because we never did. It's the friends around us who refer to us as their last resort. When they meet people, it is the community of Christ. That if the world tells people, we don't want you, you're not wanted, there's no place for you, the community of Christ should say, no, we want you because God wanted us. God wants you.